Hi everybody, Boris, Schlossberg, BK Force. Welcome to our webinar. I'm so excited to have you in the room. Today we're going to take a look at the world's most popular trading platform, the world's most used trading software. It's called MetaTrader 4. It's traded probably by more than 2 million retail traders all across the world. It can trade a variety of instruments, from Forex to stocks to indices to commodities, you name it. It can be traded through MetaTrader 4. And more importantly, today we're going to take a look at the Eightcap version of MetaTrader 4 that shows you all of the bells and whistles of the software. I'm going to guide you through and hopefully make it as easy as possible for you to understand the basics of how this trading software works. MetaTrader 4 is divided into 5 primary workspaces. The symbols workspace, which is called Market Watch, the data window workspace, which gives you the very specific data points of whatever is on the chart, the chart window, which you see over here, the navigator window, which contains all of the key elements, the account data, the algorithms called expert advisors, the indicators folders, and the scripts folders. And I'll get into those in just a minute and explain to you what each one of them are. And then the trade blotter, which is where your trades appear in real time as you place them. And I'm going to place a few trades and show them to you and show you exactly how they trade. So first and foremost, let's just understand how we can add a symbol to our symbol list. All we do is we're going to right-click on our Market Watch window inside this workspace. Very important that you click within each particular workspace to get the functionality of what you need, because each one of these is kind of essentially a live little window. So within this workspace, we're going to right-click on the workspace, just an empty space, go into the symbols, select symbols, and we'll get a whole bunch of symbols here. There's a tree. Typically, for example, Eightcap makes it very easy for you. It gives you a full tree: Forex symbols, metals, raw feed, oil, raw CFDs, which is all the indices that are traded in raw format. Raw means that this is provided for you with the tightest possible spreads. And this is the account that I have. I have what's called a raw feed account where my spreads are super tight. So what I would be doing is selecting symbols from the raw feed. So I can go into the raw feed, for example, right now, and let's just, for argument's sake, say, I don't know, let's just choose pound kiwi, a nice volatile pair. If I wanted to add that to my Market Watch, I would just simply click on it and then say show. And instantaneously, you see it turns a little gold over here telling you this is a symbol that you already have in your Market Watch. And now I have it right here. I can close it. Now, if I want to take a look at what the pound kiwi chart looks like, I would just select the symbol and then right-click it and just say chart window. And out will pop out a chart tab with the look and feel of the chart the way I want it. Now, the beautiful thing about MetaTrader is that you can actually make it remember the way you want the charts to look. I have a particular default setting here that has a proprietary indicator and a couple of moving averages. And let's say I'm going to just delete everything to make it nice and clean. And let's say I want this to be my default indicator. Well, watch this. All I have to do is go into my templates button right over here and say save template as default right here. I'm going to overwrite this, right? And say yes. And now every single chart that will pop up will have this look and feel. And if I wanted to add something to it, then that chart will have the other look and feel. So for example, if I wanted to take a look at the pound dollar in the cleanest possible way, look, here's the pound dollar chart, nice white background, blue and red candles, the way I like it, and buy sell buttons right over here, making it super easy and clear for you to essentially read the instrument. If I wanted to change time frames on my chart, I have a bunch of buttons over here from 1 minute all the way out to 1 month that I could simply click on. So if I wanted to look at the weekly's pound, you'll take a little second, and here's my weekly chart on the pound, which looks, by the way, let's move this around here. This looks hyper bearish, right? I mean, it looks like it's a triple top, but the pound is really flaming out at the 141 level. But be that as it may, the point is that if you're a chartist, this makes it incredibly simple and easy for you to be able to take a look at the pound in any which way you like. I could even take a look at the pound on a multi-time frame basis. So here's the pound, let's say on a weekly basis. Let's say I wanted to do another chart and look at it at the daily basis. So here it is on weekly. Then I'm going to go look at daily. Here's a daily chart of the pound. Also kind of looking a little negative because today was the big daily reversal. As you can see right over here, it took out 1, 2, almost 3 days worth of lows over here. That's a big reversal candle. Usually a sign, if not of immediate top, definitely a sign of topping, right? And then if I wanted to even look on a more granular level, I could do another chart, let's say chart window, and let's look at the hourly chart and just hit the hourly chart. And here's the hourly chart, and we see that it ended the session into the New York close here ugly. It kind of really came down and sold off. So you can do multi-time frame analysis, which is super nice, and it's very easy. It's literally a matter of clicking the buttons here on a time frame and right-clicking and just launching a fresh new chart. Now, suppose I wanted to put a moving average on all my charts. I wanted all my charts to have, let's say, a 20-period moving average. It's so easy to do that with MetaTrader. All you have to do is simply go into the navigator window right over here. Now, the navigator window, as I said to you, again, is a tree format like everything else. If you're a Windows user, this is incredibly easy for you to understand. So the tree format structure is uniform always in MetaTrader. Top is accounts, then you have the indicators folder, then you have what's called the expert advisors folder. That is a folder that contains programs that allow you to do all sorts of algorithmic logic. They can even auto trade for you on a continuous basis. If you want to write a program that says buy the pound when it breaks above the 20-period SMA and sell it when it falls below, it can do that. I mean, that's an incredibly simple program, and it's certainly not going to make you money because that's not going to be enough to find an edge in the market. But if you find a sequence of rules that you want to program, you could create that and you could run it. And I'm going to show you a couple of programs that we have that can actually run on MetaTrader. And then below that is a section for scripts. And scripts are essentially one-time use programs. These are programs that allow you to place a buy sell order on the program. So like sort of a single entry. I'm going to drop it in, and it's going to automatically put a stop and a target on my stuff, or things like that. So single function type of issues. But let's understand how we could add an indicator to MetaTrader 4. It's very simple. We're going to go into our indicators folder, right? And there's a slew of indicators that you can use. Many of you are probably familiar with some of the more common ones like Bollinger Bands, like MACD, like RSI. All of those are very easy to follow. There's also indicator folders within which there is more indicators. So for example, I'm looking for moving averages, and clearly they're going to be within trend. Within trend, you have the ADM, Bollinger Bands, and then here's moving averages. So here's a moving average indicator, and I'm going to just drop it right on here onto the chart. And the cool thing is that most of the indicators are customizable. So for example, this moving average offers you the ability to customize your parameters. Let's say I want to use an exponential moving average, and let's say I want to use a period of 20 periods right over here. Let's say I want to make it, I keep it red, but I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. I'm going to make it right over here with this line as you see it. And I say okay, and now I've applied this moving average to this chart. Now, if I wanted all my charts to look like this, remember the trick I taught you, where if you clicked onto the templates and I said, hey, save it as a default, you can save it as a default, and it will automatically make every chart with a moving average. Just to show you, I'm going to go into Eurodollar, open chart window, and you can see now it has a moving average, right? Now, suppose I didn't want to do that. Suppose I wanted a specific template for moving averages, but I wanted my default to be just nice and clean. That's very simple to do. All I would have to do is just simply delete this indicator, and save the template as default. Now, and just overwrite it. Now every chart that I have is going to be sort of a nice, clean, blank chart. I like this approach because it makes it very easy to customize. But then let's say I want to go back to my moving average template and say, hey, I want this look and feel for certain charts. Very easy. I'm going to go back into my template button and say save template. And I'm going to call this moving average template, just MA, right? And I'm going to save it. Now I can go to any chart. Remember we opened up a chart of pound Kiwi a little bit earlier? Well, I can go to pound Kiwi and just simply go, hey, let's apply the moving average template. And you got it. And the moving averages are now applied to the chart. Now, what about trading? What about the ability to be able to place trades? Well, that's very, very easy, and it's also done in a variety of ways. You could simply click New Order over here, and by default, it goes to Market Execution, and then you could set a stop loss. Let's say this is the British pound at 189.94. Let's say I want to put a stop. I'm going to be a buyer here, and I want to put a stop loss at 189.100. And let's say my take profit will be 192.100, right? That's my take profit. And I'm just going to say buy market, right? And boom, I bought market, big size with a stop loss and a take profit on my trade. And if I wanted to close it, I could either literally click this X right away and it would just get me out of the market, or I can go right click and just say close order. But the fastest way is to simply click X, right? And just boom, I'm out of the trade. Another way that you could trade, which is even easier, is to use these buy sell buttons. Again, I like the pound Kiwi to the long side for some reason, and then I'm going to just simply click on this, and instantaneously, you see how fast it was? I didn't even have to have a pop-up. I'm in the market. The only problem here now is I have to modify my order in order to make sure that I have stops and targets. So let's say I put a very tight stop of 20 points on each thing. I'll click modify, and now I have modified my order. In fact, this is so tight that I think I'm inside the spread because it's obviously it's trading now, and the spreads are a little bit wider. So I'm going to close this order and just give it. So very, very flexible, very easy, the ability to both trade from the charts and to be able to trade from that indicator, and the ability to put on indicators in any way, which way you like. You can also really layer a whole bunch of indicators onto your charts. Let's say you wanted to add a moving average, you wanted to add Bollinger Bands to this. Or RSI. I don't know. Let's just go with RSI because that's a standard, nice, clean. Or MACD. MACD is even a better indicator. Let's say I wanted to add MACD to this chart. I could. Here's the MACD. I could configure my inputs. Let's say these are the standard inputs. I like these inputs. I can configure my colors. I don't like silver, so let's make this. I wonder if we can make this color. I click this. See, everything in here is configurable. Let's make it green. Lime green, and we'll have red. And I'll say, okay, and boom, now I have MACD. And now I have MACD and moving average on my charts. And what if I wanted this look and feel to be preserved for any chart that I want? Well, super easy. I'm going to go to my template and just simply say MA plus MACD template, save. And now I got this template. And if I wanted to go to Eurodollar and have a look on the Eurodollar in a template that I wanted, and boom, all of a sudden, I have this template, which is very, very neat. Now, as I said to you, MetaTrader 4 is such a powerful, powerful piece of software that not only does it allow you to, of course, see all the instruments in the world, apply virtually any indicator you like, including a variety of your own that you wanted to, if you wanted to write or if you wanted to use that are available on the internet. All of them are available. You can apply them. None of them doesn't allow you to, of course, then save those charts in a permanent format so you could quickly recall them to your need. None of them only allow you point and click entry or trading from the charts. It allows you to create all sorts of little programs, algorithms. And I'm just going to share with you a small little program that we wrote that we like to use. This isn't even an execution program in a traditional sense of the word because it doesn't automatically trade for you. But what it does is it makes trading incredibly easy for you. And this is something that is only available to 8Cap subscribers or 8Cap customers. This is only available through us in partnership with 8Cap. And if you become a 8Cap customer, you will have the privilege of having this little program, which is super cool, totally free. And this program, for example, mimics the buy-sell buttons of MetaTrader 4, but goes far, far bigger in its ability. It has I'm not going to go into all of the details that it can do, but I just want to show you sort of the mild functionality of what it can do. First and foremost, remember how when you click the button here, you needed to then manually set up buy and sell stops and targets. No problem here. Just simply say I'm going to go long Eurodollar, and automatically it has a stop of 20 and a target of 10. But here's the better part. What if I wanted, now that I have the, let's say I'm already in the trade, what if I wanted to change my stop, what if I wanted to change my stop to, let's say, 20? All I got to do is change the numbers to 20, and instantaneously my take profit is expanded to 20. And what if I wanted to change my stop loss to just 5 pips and really tighten up my stop? It's instantaneously tightened up like this. If I wanted to close the trade, I would just simply close it like this. This, as you can see, makes trade management, especially in very fast markets, super easy because everything is pre-configured for you. This is only like one out of about 5 different functionalities that this little applet can do for you, including some very intricate logic for entry and exit that we use in our day trading every single day for a variety of instruments, both in the stock indices and with currencies. So this is just a little bit of a flavor, but I hope you get a good idea of exactly the power, the flexibility, and the possibility of what the MetaTrader 4 platform can do for you. There's a reason why this is the single most popular trading software in the world, used by millions of traders all across the world, and why it's been that way for quite a long time. And I hope you guys now begin to appreciate and understand why it can be so useful and profitable for you. Thanks very much, guys. Hope to see you soon in the markets. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the box. I'll be very happy to answer all of them. In the meantime, consider opening an account with our partner Eightcap, one of the fastest growing brokers in the world. Not only are you going to get great execution, but you're going to get trade ideas from me and my partner Kathy every single day. I day trade stock index futures, and my partner Kathy position trades Forex. So every single day, you're going to get ideas from us in a variety of markets. And with Eightcap, you're going to be able to execute every one of them because they trade more than 200 different instruments. But that's not all. In addition to that, you're going to get not 1, not 2, but 3 free courses. The Euro trading course, the Canadian, Australian, and New Zealand dollar trading course, and the secrets of trading the pound, the yen, and the Swiss franc. Altogether, this bundle is worth more than $300, but you'll get it for free just for opening up an account with Eightcap. So I highly recommend you give it a shot. You get great execution, tremendous education, and market analysis from K&I. I wish you guys the best of luck and the best of trading. Boris Schlossberg, over and out.